Well, he probably saw a feature match or two over the weekend, so he knows Alex is on the deck he's on, and he's got to get set up before his opponent can. So let's see what happens with this Crystron K9.
Yeah, it'll be really nice to see kind of the newer end boards that Crystron K9 has kind of developed as this meta's developed. I'm kind of excited to see what's about to develop here. Starting off with a normal summon of K9 Naroi here. More than enough cards in Alex's hand to enable that free normal summon. Well, a normal summon, I should suppose.
Now, I will say one of the issues with Alex's deck is because it is this big, heavy combo deck, it doesn't have a lot of room for non-engine, or in the alternative, there's a lot of hands you can draw that just don't do anything on your opponent's turn. You're really hoping to win that dice roll and just go first. But since his opponent's got it, Kamal's going to start off with Naroi and bring out K966 Jokul.
Yeah, and actually, I do think the K9 Crystron deck got a really fun bump from Dooms, basically being the Naroi here, because it's also a level 5 machine.
Definitely helps if you ever get machine locked, and being a machine itself, got a lot of options there. But speaking of options, let's go ahead and bring out K917 Ripper. Okay. See what we can do. No cards activated from the hand, so... Ooh. Going to go ahead and bring out Chaotic Elements instead.
This will access some more of our K9 cards if we want them, so that way we can just maybe use something like River Stormer later on during our turn to bridge into our Crystron cards.
River Stormer's been so powerful, enabling so many strategies. Oh, wow. Ooh. Speaking of enabling.
We hard opened the Lupus as well, and getting that Jogul off the Chaotic Elements will give us another rank 5 play potentially, but Jogul's effect on summon will also be able to trigger here.
So let's get even more K9 cards here. They are on patrol.
Yep, feeling like a case for K9 if I had to guess, or maybe a Lantern if we wanted to maybe access that earlier. Yeah, Lantern's the card. Makes a lot of sense here.
Get you a little bit of extension once your K9 monsters hit the graveyard.
Like the Ripper.
And there's a K9 monster in the graveyard now. So it's time for the Ripper.
This feels like a pretty good opportunity for Case, I think. Oh, I guess if we want ease and rotation too, that makes a lot of sense.
Kamal knows what he's doing, been playing this for round after round, 14 rounds, and then the top 8. So he has 15 matches into this tournament.
Yep, and 14 of those were wins.
Yeah, for sure.
Lantern effect.
They were going to use Lantern here, get back that Naroi. Now we're going to use Lantern effect, and this time we're going to go for the Case. Just get access to the full K9 suite here, and get some hand knowledge potentially during this turn, so that we can know best how to keep going. That's where players like Kamal maybe really love deck like this, is that it just gives you more information against your opponent, and it can punish your opponent for doing the plays they were already planning on making anyway.
And it is nice to see K9 again. It kind of dropped off the map a little bit when Vanquish Soul got its hit, but the K9s have a new partner in crime here.
All right, let's see the hand from Alex here. We've got double Super Polymerization, Coastbell, Poncho, and Ryzeal Plasmol.
That's what I was talking about. You can draw great cards in the wrong order. None of that's really going to do much here.
In theory, Kamal should have let Alex go first. His hand doesn't really do anything. But going second, he can do some stuff. Yeah, thanks to that Super Poly. And there we see the River Stormer I was talking about earlier. This is how the K9 cards bridge into the Crystron cards.
So let's grab an Earth Machine here. Oh, Scrap Recycler.
Yes. I believe we were already normal summon, but I believe we have a way to get this card out of our hand still to be able to send to the graveyard some of our important Crystron cards straight from the deck.
Let's try a Link Summon here.
The whole world's gonna win.
There it is, Platinum Gadget. That'll give you that additional normal summon I was talking about.
Wow, 2 machines, and yeah, here's your Scrap Recycler, sending a machine from the deck to the graveyard.
Like I mentioned, Naroi having that typing of machine is a super awesome inclusion for this deck from Dooms. And we're just going to see a concession from Alex.
Advance to the finals, or if Alex is going to bring us to a Game 3.
Kamal could take it all here. Alrighty, it's looking like it's going to be starting off with Alex. And Charlie the Player's going first. His deck is really good at doing that. I believe we're going to start off with an Onomat Pyra here. He is really leaning more into a lot of the Onomat cards than maybe most other Ryzeal decks could be, because they are just so powerful. There we see the amazing enabler of Onomat Kage being discarded as cost for Pyra. And we can see some fireworks going off here for Alex, like we have been every time he's been on feature.
Certainly an amazing card and an amazing support card. Duelist Advance really pushed this deck to the next level, man. If you're a Zexal stan, it is just a good time right now. But buried in Alex's hand is an Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, and that can do a lot right now. It can stop Izuna from dumping Lupus to the graveyard. It can stop him Charmy if he does that. So he's actually well insulated for any of these plays.
Kamal here just double checking how Onomat Kage works. To summon itself, it will get banished if it leaves the field, but it never does, because it always becomes Xyz material.
It is the shadow under the Xyz monster, so it never really leaves the field here.
And plus, having it already in the grave means that Alex could be a bit more aggressive with his Dope Warrior, and we could see a lot more rank 4 spam actually coming from him.
Well, I also see what appears to be a Droll and Lockbird in Alex's hand, so he can definitely slow things down when it comes to his opponent's turn. I think he's in a very good position to bring this to a Game 3, but we'll have to see how it actually plays goes out.
Yeah, we gotta see him do it first.
Hey, speak of the devil, and he shall appear. It is Dododo Warrior.
Yep, gonna go ahead and send the other copy of Onomat Kage. It's still a really good send here off of the Dododo Warrior.
Lizard.
Gonna go ahead and use the effect here to summon itself back to the field. These are now both level 4 monsters due to the
Anything on resolution?
full effect of Dododo Warrior to summon itself.
You're good. Okay.
Love all the puns on these cards. Kage Tokage, the original, it's sort of like Lizard Shadow, effectively in Japanese. And this one, Onomat Kage, doesn't quite mean it, but it's still nice to see that they kept in that Tokage pun.
It still harkens back to that original artwork and card. But it actually is, I believe, according to the text, like a Dododo, ga 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 ga, go 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 go, and a Zubababa.
I promise
card.
he's saying real Yu-Gi-Oh words, chat. I promise. Speaking of real Yu-Gi-Oh words, we do have Infernal Banshee hitting here, so we might be setting up for an Arc Nemesis Protoss.
Yes, this is the normal starter that we've seen Alex go for many times as his first rank 4 here to access the powerful card of Protoss. But unfortunately, a lot of the K9 and Crystron cards are different attributed. Almost all of them have completely different attributes to one another, but the scariest ones are going to be the ones coming out of the extra deck. So maybe trying to target one of those specifically, like the water one for Elasceletus, or maybe, I believe Ripper's a light or an earth, if I remember correct. So those could be two pretty good calls on his end.
K917 Ripper, I think it's a wind.
A wind, thank you very much. Like I said, they're, like literally every single card in Kamal's deck is a different attribute, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but there's not really one good one to call. I feel like water is pretty prevalent in the Crystron, but then you're just giving a blank check for all the K9 cards, so we'll see.
It just depends on what he's more afraid of breaking his board, and that's got to be the Crystron cards, right? And
wow.
both
really?
Yeah, both players know what's up. They both know how powerful each other's decks are going first.
You know, because it is you are on pins and needles. You want to do this. Oh, here we go. This is it.
They want to play Game 3 so badly, they just both scooped in Game 1 and 2. To them, it's the game that matters.
Yeah, you're right. Well, let's start this off with a case for K9.
Just double-checking here for Alex how the wording on this card works. Making sure you can interact with it in some kind of way, or when the revealing of hand effect can be activated, I think is the thing he's most concerned about. We're going to get a search here for a K9 card. I'm not sure which one Kamal is going to be most looking after, but Roy is a pretty good starter for the deck that's come out ever since Dooms last week.
Doom and Dimension, certainly a injection of life into a lot of these different decks. We saw how powerful Yummy is. We saw how powerful Draco Tail was with the Draco Tail Sting. And this deck, K9, is doing numbers just from the K9 Roy. Such a great starter.
And I'm pretty sure all the Distance Hunter cards just got one card in Doom Dimensions. Because
they got two. They got two.
Oh, the continuous spell. You're totally
right.
right.
The continuous spell, but it's crazy how much just one or two cards can just push a deck to an entirely different level. Speaking of new levels, we're going to go ahead and grab a Jokul. Let's reveal it for our K9 Izna as well. And both these are going to come down onto the field.
And those will both have summon effects as well.
Zuna effect. Descend, right? Yeah.
Looks like we're doing Izna as Chain Link 2, if I heard Kamal correctly. On summon, going to go ahead and send from deck to the graveyard the copy of Lupus. Just get that accessed right away.
Lupus a lone wolf, but he's about to join the squad.
Oh, that's right. We didn't activate Jokul's effect on summon. We used his effect to summon both of them. That's right. That's right.
Effect the Jokul, sir.
And now we're using the effect of Jokul.
Got to be careful here on Alex's side. You know, the temptation is high to try to stop your opponent from playing the game, but that is not how K9 works. Let him play. That's actually an easier strat, and maybe break the board the next turn.
Yeah. Stop the thing that you're most worried about, and then try to do it without a hand effect if you can. I'm not sure what that would look like, but try to do it anyway.
Yeah, easier said than done on your opponent's turn of the first turn of the duel.
Yeah, having that Lupus already in the graveyard just kind of represents a lot of pressure from Kamal, because as long as he has at least one level 5 monster in play, he can keep XZ summoning.
Doesn't look like he is too far off from building the overlay network as he stacks 2 level 5 monsters, Jokul and Izna combined, but he's not sure who he wants to grab out here. Both these duels being really careful means a lot. You worked through 15 rounds to get here. It's not time to mess up now.
We saw him go for Ripper first last time. It looks like he's going to be following that up and going for Ripper once again here to help insulate him from any potential interaction Alex could have from the hand. Going to go ahead and use the effect here to detach the Izuna and search for another K9 card.
Maybe Lantern if he doesn't already have it.
I believe he searched that off of the Jokul.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
So it could be the Naroi here. We have a normal summon, to my understanding. Get that in rotation could be nice. Getting access to the machine as well.
Interesting that he's not sure what to grab. Maybe a little bit pressure for his opponent on next turn. Kamal doing that patented thing that many duelists do, sort of pointing at the field and you're like, what is he doing? It's almost like a mental abacus. If I do this and he does that and I do this, this is the card I should get.
Each tap is like him calculating the options of 25 different decisions. So he just went through 200 different combinations of cards and is figuring out the best one.
He's about 30 minutes in the future.
Trust. That's what happened.
And after evaluating all of the future possibilities here with his Millennium Necklace, let's see what he ends up
Oh, yeah,
out.
and now he's doing a little dance with his hands. Now he's just showing off. He's like, guys, I just calculated all the possibilities, and this is the best one.
Beautiful to have a little peek into his mind that it's a very visual conversation, right? This card to that card to this card. He literally is playing a duel separate of this one.
I mean, we're card gamers, which means we are analog gamers. We need our body and we need the physical space to play with.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a pictographic language. I don't care what language you speak. You see those cards, you play this game, your mind translated into your language.
I know if you pick up a card and gesture it towards me, it's attacking me.
All right.
I'm being punched.
Well, talking about Luke.
So we got Lantern here. I believe targeting the Izuna? No, the Lupus. Okay, going to be summoning that back out alongside the Lantern. Maintaining the effect of Lupus to summon it back out from the graveyard should any effects from the hand be played by Alex. I'd like to see that.
Thinking about where he's going.
Wow, am I missing one? Is it missing a 5?
And no shade, clearly a genius, just trying to figure out which of the smart plans he wants to go ahead and execute.
I did see a copy of Tristaros in his hand, which is already going to be a really amazing starter for him in the Crystron strategy. By itself, it doesn't usually do that much, but when you already have a lot of level 5 monsters in play, you can unlock a lot for you.
Do you think that's worth holding on to the normal summon for the Tristaros?
Oh, maybe it's not Tristaros, actually. It could be one of the other ones. I'm not quite sure. But I think the normal summon of Leroy here gets him the most value turn over turn, so I think it's more than fine.
All right, well, here's our non-machine canine monster. Going to be another Joe Cool hitting the field.
That effect already, right?
Like,
Yeah.
basically, this already represents full
just
Crystron
use-
combo because you can go
using
into River
Orient
Stormer
Side
and then still have the
to
machine in
get
play to go into Platinum Gadget.
Well, you can't concede now, Alex. That'd be the end of this duel. But let's take a look at that hand. Lightning Storm, Zubaba Bancho, Gakara Code. A triple tactics thrust, another triple tactics thrust, and a call by the grave.
That Bancho being glued to Alex's hand this match.
Yeah, that's good.
Once again, we're in a position where Alex doesn't really have a lot of engine, but he has a lot more tools than he did last time about breaking boards.
Lightning Storm.
So Kamal doesn't need to necessarily worry about anything for the rest of this turn, but he will need to make sure that he doesn't play into too many powerful cards that Alex already has in hand, like the Thrust and the Lightning Storm and whatnot.
So he's going to go and detach for the River Storm, and let's see our Earth Machine here. Last time we didn't get to see it. That was enough for Alex, but this time we get a Scrap Recycler.
Alrighty, and I wonder if Alex now feels more confident given the hand that he has. We're now going to go ahead and link to using River Stormer and Aurora here to go into the Platinum Gadget to get that additional normal summon, or should I say the special summon, basically, of the Scrap Recycler to the field. And then on summon, we're going to go ahead and dump some machine cards.
All right, so Scrap Recycler back in action. Let's go ahead and toss the machine into the Scrap Recycler.
Yep, literally, he's like, guys, there's gold in this here trash. Did you not recognize it? It's called Sulfefnir. That is the card, in case you guys didn't see it. Crystron Sulfefnir is the one that is being, I believe, sent to the grave. Or it could be Parastortle. Even I can kind of have trouble telling. But we'll find out in just a moment here based on what effect activates.
Lightning Storm, Rush.
Kamal repeating to himself all the cards he saw as he brings out Clockwork Knight from the extra deck.
Clockwork Knight, as I like to say, just to make sure we don't get it mixed up.
There are two cards known as Clockwork Knight. One of them has a cat.
Yep, so here we have the activation of Platinum Gadget's other effect to bring back the Scrap Recycler and use its effect again to go ahead and dump once again because this card was made a long time ago. It is a soft once per turn.
Nobody ever thought it would hit the field twice, and yet here it is.
Yes, that is Sulfefnir if I had to put money down.
Definitely is the right color there for a Crystron monster.
And then I didn't see that one. That looked like maybe Sulfador to me, which would be more than enough to access the rest of his Crystron cards.
This is what I was talking about, though. When you get to Game 3, Kamal was going to have that chance to go first and have a turn, the likes of which you just don't want to see if you're in Alex's position and have the cards in your hand that he does.
Yep, and Kamal just being like, okay, I know what I have to play through. I know what I have to deal with. What's the best tools to do so? It's looking like one of the Crystron cards that we sent with our Scrap Recycler is being eyed up. And, oh, it's actually Smyger. Of course it's Smyger, so we can get access to our inclusion if we needed it. for a little bit of extra extension. That makes a lot of sense.
What
Your
one
hand
of?
is not so good.
I have 4. You know?
So it looks like we're going to go ahead and make SP Knight here.
Solid end board piece. Helps you dodge some of those board breakers that Alex could use on our next turn. And then, yeah, that's definitely Sylphepnir. We're going to use the effect here to discard the Tristaros. It was Tristaros. I'm not blind. That's good to know. And then we're going to go ahead and bring that back up to the field and then destroy another Crystron card, which will then give us access to a Crystron tuner because when Sylphepnir destroys himself or is destroyed by a Crystron effect, you do the whole song and dance. All these things go into all of the other things. We're going to go into the Solfador on summon. This card will let you send 2 Crystron cards from your deck to the graveyard. You saw how powerful Scrap Recycler was, right? We're going to do it again, but this time twice in 1 summon.
That is 4 machines from the deck to the graveyard so far, and things are not looking good for Alex. Depending on what he draws here, he might be able to work his way out.
We are going to send the inclusion. It looks like that's going to be it here. We're going to go ahead and banish the inclusion from the graveyard to use its effect here to summon back out the Tristaros from our graveyard, give us access to that monster. We're then going to perform here a Synchro 7. Is it going to be Eleskeletus?
It is.
Oh, yeah. To add back the inclusion from our banishment. Again, we only have 1, but we can use it multiple times.
Summon 2 from deck?
Yeah.
We're then going to go ahead and banish the Tristaros from our graveyard to destroy the Eleskeletus, and then bring back out another copy of Solfador. This time we won't be able to use the effect on summon, of course, but we're going to be able to get 2 of them things.
They sure are level 5, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. And then thanks to the effect of Eleskeletus, we're going to summon back the Tristaros from our banishment. We're going to go ahead and overlay these 2 Solfadors and make Cyber Dragon Nova into Cyber Dragon Infinity.
A heads up putting it in defense mode, knowing that that Lightning Storm is but a moment away.
That way now we don't need to have it be forced out by just saying monster cards. There we see the Crystron inclusion, searching for the Crystron cluster.
Target a face-up card on the field, pop it, and then I shuffle back a Crystron.
From your field or the
grave or ban.
Okay.
Yep, just double checking here what the effect of Crystron inclusion is.
Can you imagine if Crystron wins a YCS? There's always one Crystron duelist that sneaks into the top cut, but this did not sneak in here. Kamal is doing numbers with this deck.
And I know this board looks not maybe that impressive, but we have a lot going on here. We have the Infinity, we have the Cluster, we have the SP, we have the Ripper, and we have the Tristaros to get a quick effect Synchro Summon during Alex's turn.
Lots of points of interaction for a deck that has to interact only by getting its Xyz monsters out. And if Alex isn't able to get to an Xyz monster, well... Uh-oh, maybe your best man is bringing the YCS trophy, or maybe it's going to Fort Lauderdale. But we're going to start off with that Lightning Storm, calling...
2.5.
Yeah.
This is going to be a pretty important call here. Those are called monsters, and Kamal's going to let it go. It's not worth playing into the Triple Tactics talent that he knows is also... Sorry, the thrust that he knows is in Alex's hand. Then we see the top deck of Ice Ryzeal for Alex! Uh-oh. He might be forced to... use the Infinity here to negate and destroy that card, but that plays into thrust.
You've already used that negate, so what do you get off the Triple Tactics thrust here?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be something like talents, right, to draw 2 cards, because you just need to keep playing. But like you said earlier, that cluster could, in theory, pop 1 of Alex's cards, or 2 if Kamal's able to summon a Synchro Monster Crystron card.
Crystrons being able to Synchro Summon your opponent's turn? That's never happened
before. They would never.
No, that's so rude.
Look at Tristaros. He's just a little guy. He's saying hi. He's waving.
A little guy with a lot of potential, and Kamal is taking a look at the graveyard here.
I mean, this is a tough call if you're Kamal.
I'm on the edge of my seat. This is insane to watch, but Alex is going to go ahead and be able to add a Speller Trap from his deck to his hand.
It'll be... Yes.
Because the opponent controls a monster.
Exactly. I thought it was going to be set first. So we're eyeing up.
Maybe thinking ahead, this is the monster I need to gain access to, so what spell card will I use to grab it?
Right.
Because there's the Ryzeal, he sort of...
We could get Bonfire, yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. We've already used the negate off the Infinity, and we know the Cluster can't interact with spell cards very well. And we could force the Tristaros by getting access to Bonfire plus X Ryzeal.
And the X Ryzeal, yeah, or Valen.
Ooh, to get rid of the
yeah.
Okay. I'm picking up what Alex is putting down, I think.
We might have ourselves a match. Not to say we didn't before, but Alex down to the wire here has to make the most clutch decisions of his dueling career.
Oh, you can just get Pyra.
Oh, that works
and
too,
get all of your Onomat cards. Right, 2 Onomat cards is better than 1 Ryzeal card, of course.
I mean, but is X Ryzeal 1 card, or is it several at the same time?
I like the way you think.
Well, let's see what Alex thinks here, though. But the Onomata Pyra, definitely a good call here since there's not really a lot to stop it. We discard that extra thrust, and it looks like it is good. So digging deep in the deck for 2 cards of Zubaba, Go-Go-Go, Ga-Ga-Ga, or Do-Do-Do.
And I think we're definitely going to get the Do-Do-Do Warrior here to be our main starter for all of our other XYZ plays. But we're still kind of not in the safest spot of Alex. We still have to fight through the Tristaros and the known cluster, plus whatever unknown cards are in Kamal's hand. But it is worth noting that we do have the known Call by the Grave in Alex's hand for both players. So if there was any kind of hand interaction, we can interact pretty well with that. We do also have to worry about Lupus in the graveyard. Once we start activate monsters from the hand, which I don't believe we've done yet, and we did already use our normal summon as Alex, so we've gone through quite a few resources, but the Onomat cards represent quite a few more.
I want to say the effect to special summon of the Zubaba Bancho Gaga Coat is not an effect at all. It's actually just a summoning condition. That's right.
But Dododo, I believe Dododo Warrior is also a summoning condition, I think.
No, I think it's an effect because it looks like we activated and somebody said it's good.
Okay, there you go. And then, you know what? It is an effect because the effect also reduces its level for the rest of the turn. That's right. That's right.
So Onomat Kage showing back up in the field here.
I mean, this represents Exiton Knight, doesn't it?
It would be a great call. Here we go with the Xyz summon, build the overlay network. What do we grab? You're right.
That's Exiton Knight!
The crowd erupts.
I mean, this forces Kamal's hand quite literally. He has to use everything and then maybe still lose it all.
And when you've got the Call by the Grave in the hand, you might have some options.
You might have some protection is what you have.
So detaching the Do Warrior.
To pop.
Yeah, the pop.
Yep, so it's going to be cluster targeting to pop the Evil Swarm, Exiton Knight, and then we need to shuffle back for cost to resolve the effect as Chainlink 2. It looks like Alex is going to let that
Then you
rock.
shuffle.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Because the targeting is the cost, the shuffling is, I believe, not.
So it is resolving here. Say goodbye to Ellis Skeletus. It'll be back later in the extra deck.
And we're going to lose all of our cards here as Kamal, 2-card hand.
Resolution,
We still have the,
Warrior
I
effect.
believe, the Gaga Code plus the, I believe we got
So just
Goblinberg off of the Pyro. What was the other? Oh, no, it was Gaga
No,
Knight. That's
Zubaba,
another rank
sorry.
4. That's
Zubaba.
dual drive,
Yeah,
baby.
With Warrior.
Still possible.
Now, I believe because of Exiton, we're not going to be able to deal any damage this turn.
That's correct.
But only a 2-card hand for Kamal. We do have full access to our canine cards in the graveyard still in Lupus. Maybe we could summon Typhon if we summon too many monsters as Alex, but most of his good cards are not 3,000 attack points or more.
Yeah, but don't forget, the Call by the Grave has not been used yet.
I'm supposed to
This is...
definitely go for
We don't know what timeline we're on, chat. This could be either way.
And we still don't know what Kamal's other cards are in hand. They could be non-engine that is kind of being
Never
pinned
mean,
down by the
but
Call by the Grave too.
I think I peeped an Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring.
Oh,
We'll have to see.
That's definitely being pinned down right now by that Called By. There's no point just throwing that out there unless you want to bait the Called By so you can protect other things like Lupus.
Exactly, so... Tale of the Road Not Taken, we shall see.
Okay, we're going to see some fun here. We have the Gaga Gambara Knight here revealing, I believe, the Gaga Girl as the cost, and then summon itself plus another monster from hand to the field. Yep, it's going to be the Onomat Kage. That's pretty huge. That'll represent another rank 4 play here. And getting access to Duo Drive while we have the Ice Ryzeal in the graveyard means Sword and X are online.
All right, well, here we go again. Oh, but going for the Protos line instead.
Okay. I think Bancho... Oh, because the Gambara Knight will have an effect to search after it gets detached here, and he wants to get that done before going into the Duo Drive. I like that.
I misplayed.
Because now we can get the Goblinberg, I believe.
Kamal a little upset with himself as he talks to himself under his breath, but Alex locked in, knows that this is his moment. There's not another chance, but remember, there's no battle damage this turn, so it's mostly about setup.
Yes, but I mean, we've seen how good Alex's deck is at going first and the amount of resources he can generate and kind of take away from his opponent.
Could empty out his opponent's hand into almost nothing.
Yep, so we did get the Goblinberg and the flag added to hand with the combination of Gambara Knight and Banshee here. It's just a matter of where you go from here. You definitely want to start maybe using the Ryzeal cards if you can, if you're Alex, because you're kind of tapped out of most of the Onomat cards at this point. But you could Bancho to summon both itself and the Goblinberg, I believe, right? Because it summons 2 from hand. Or no, sorry. That's Gambara Knight.
Well, either or, he will always have access to the Zubaba Mancho Gaga Coat, so he really just has to get any kind of name on the field for the special summon and then be able to get another monster out of the graveyard.
Shuffle back.
So here we see the banishment of Onomat Kage to return the Exiton Knight back to the extra deck. So that way we can have the banished monster to maybe summon the flag here, it looks like.
I see you.
Yeah, you good.
I believe our attributes currently are 2 Earth monsters and a light monster in the form of Ice Ryzeal plus the 2 Onomat monsters. So maybe he's trying to do some Protos math here. And he's probably debating what the best attribute is to call once he does summon Protos.
I still think it's water if you're worried about the Crystrons, but no telling if you're focused on the canines.
Well, we see a lot of canine cards, and in terms of breaking boards, they're not really the best at doing that without copies of like Force Release being readily available, and those usually get set when they're searched, so they can't be readily accessed. But here we see the flag here. Going to go ahead and search for that Protoss, the nemesis of all duelists at this event whenever they play up against Alex.
Seeing a lot of duelists say, hey, maybe that should not have come off the Forbidden Limited list, and it definitely is very powerful. Didn't see a lot of play when it came back off last year, but it does seem like it is increasingly seeing more and more via the Infernal Flame Banshee.
Yep, and then we saw Kamal there just double-checking the attributes in Alex's Graveyard. I believe there are currently, there are, no, there's only 2, because we have a light and an earth, and I believe Ice Ryzeal is also a light.
But the ones on the field work, too,
That's
so you could use the fire.
That's right, I forgot about that. That happened earlier, too. I'm just so used to being like, look at the graveyard, look at the graveyard.
Well, it looks like we're banishing a fire.
And we're going to go ahead and banish the light and the earth. That's 3 attributes right there, team. Arch, Nemesis, Protoss hitting the board. What are we going to call?
Banshee.
So we're going to use the Banshee effect, special summon itself back to the field.
After being banished.
Could make for an Eclipse Twins later, so the combo is not dead
11.
yet.
I take no damage.
We're going battle phase.
Yeah, he went to the battle phase, forgot that he takes no damage, got a little ahead of himself.
You can still go battle phase, though, and be like, no damage. Oh, he just called what attribute it was.
This is on my hand.
No, after you set. After you set.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, after we set.
I'm going to use the effect of Lupus.
Yeah.
Because we are in main phase 2. He did set a card, and that card is probably the known call by the Great Kamal or something. And that means his Lupus is now safe.
Yeah.
And we did summon only twice. We summoned twice in the extra deck, so this Lupus could solo XZ summon the copy of Typhon, which does stop Protoss, because I believe, no, Protoss is 2,500 attack.
Yes, that's right.
3,000 defense.
Big
Very
defense.
Water, right?
Reasonable attack.
Yeah, but I mean, he can destroy pretty much any attribute monster he wants.
Wow, though. So Kamal definitely seeing an opportunity there. If there's a set card, it must be called by the grave. So
okay, I'm not sure what attribute was called, but I do agree with you. I think water and or light are probably the 2 most terrifying attributes.
But I think there's a little bit of a tell here. If there was an attribute called, it must be dark because no monsters were destroyed from the field. So remember that Protoss can't be destroyed unless it isn't destroyed by card effects. So we would call dark on the field, and therefore it wouldn't destroy itself.
Right. So we know it's not fire, earth, and dark. So it's probably water, light, or wind. And you got to assume it's water or light, I think.
Call it dark, correct?
Yeah.
He called dark, yeah, because you have to call it a monster on the field to be destroyed.
Oh, that's right. You're so correct.
Yeah, and Protoss has that built-in protection, so you can always call dark.
You're so correct.
Does dark really do a lot in this situation? It does. It stops the Superstar Slayer Typhon. Because Typhon is a dark fiend, as we learned earlier when we saw it in Labyrinth.
Use the effect of inclusion.
So here we see the effect of inclusion to banish itself.
Oh, target.
And we're going to target a Crystron card to summon here. Looks like it's going to be the Tristar. Oh, it's going to be the Tristaros. We can still Synchro summon. And if Dark wasn't called, we still have access to level 7 Synchros. We're going to call by the grave there, targeting the Tristaros to banish. Now for the rest of this turn, Tristaros do not work. And there we see a case for Canine being activated.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely a case for Canine because you need some help.
We do see 2 more cards in Alex's hand, so they can all be normal summoned. Or sorry, Izuna and Kuroi can.
Feel like Noroi would feel pretty good if you've already got enough cards here. Then looks like we're going to go ahead and use the effect of Joe Cool. I think they just normal summon. Yeah.
2 cards in my hand.
Yeah, I believe they all have that effect.
And they just don't have any other monsters. So Kamal having that solo Joe Cool. Now it's not completely alone, right? Because there's already a Lupus on field.
Okay, so the dark attribute was what was called. We're going to go ahead and make our first rank 5 of this turn. We still have access to Lupus later, depending on if... Oh my gosh, we see... I believe it's Anomaly Vienna, something like that?
Yeah, so you could attach 2 in order to negate.
Anomaly monster in the graveyard, and then that monster on the field gains half the attack of the monster, or that monster.
Beautiful explanation,
Yeah,
Kamal.
awesome.
It is terror in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, actually, so it's nice to see it here in actual physical Yu-Gi-Oh!
What was the name of it again?
Chronomaly.
I think like I want to say like Vesuvius? No. I think it was like one of those cities that got like...
I think it's Chronomaly Vimana. Yes, Chronomaly Vimana.
Vimana, thank you so much.
Thank you, judges. Appreciate that.
So
I was trying to make sure I got it right. Very cool.
Excellent card with a lot of
50,
power there.
so
not
it goes
only
to
able to
35,
detach 2 to negate, but also able to power through big monsters.
Yes, it is definitely big enough here,
1,000.
thanks to that River Storm we're
50.
attaching.
12, 15.
And I believe that's the first battle damage.
Yes, I believe we're going to be taking a total of 1,200
You're at 35?
here?
1250?
I'm at 7,000.
Something like that.
I'm at 8,000.
8,000, yeah. And then I'm at 7,
Main phase 2.
69.50, right?
Yep, so we took a total of 1050.
I took 1,050.
Yeah.
And there we see Zeus coming out of 4
Wow.
material. Zeus.
The Zeus is loose.
We can't Typhon, but we sure can Zeus. That's a light monster right there.
Yeah.
It is so funny to see Lupus, or really any K9 monster under a light Xyz.
Oh, yeah.
Took the long way to get there, but here we are.
That's why he went for the normal summon of Jokel, because then otherwise he'd be light locked.
He would be. Or locked out of lights.
Yes.
But found a way in. And that's dangerous, though. I mean, looking at the Zeus, you know, you really have to be able to get rid of it. And how do you do it? What can you threaten to your opponent with a defense position Zeus that will make him use the effect and or get rid of it before it does anything? Well, it's like we're going to start with a little bit of a level 4 summon there. Our
Yep.
Go Goblinberg.
Yes, yes. Good old Go Golem and Goblinberg joining together, throwing him into the sky.
All the goes. Kamal considering his options here. He's done such a great job of swinging back the momentum. Again, we heard him earlier saying, hey, I wish I did something different. But man, speak of this, it's forbidden droplet time.
Yes, because he knows that if he activates Zeus at all, he's going to lose his droplet anyway. May as well pop it off now to make sure that we can stop this Goblinberg from getting back extra monsters. And that way we still can conserve our 2 activations of Zeus to clear the board.
You don't get this far in tournaments without proper sequencing of plays, and Kamal doing exactly that. Alex still trying to find a way out of this duel, but it looks like we're going to Xyz summon apparently an Eclipse Twins.
That's right. We can use level 4s or we can use rank 4s to summon this card. And I believe it actually just lets you attack twice. if I'm
It
not
can. It
mistaken.
can detach its own material in order to attack twice. But how do you get it big enough to threaten Zeus? It's only 2,500.
Well, I believe Goblinberg has an effect when it's detached, and that's what we're playing it for. But yes, but like also with Eclipse Twins, if you get enough properly summoned rank 4s, you kind of don't care if it gets sent to the graveyard.
That is true.
You're going to do it yourself anyway.
Only a Zeus standing between Alex and victory. Of course, Kamal having 8,000 life points. It's going to have to be a lot of playing through.
I mean, 6950 is not that low either.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and use the Do Warrior here's effect to summon itself by sending to the graveyard another copy of Onomat Kage. That card's just a nice loop with Do Warrior because you can always put it back using its own effect.
So technically, 1 level 4 on the field, despite the fact that it has many stars printed on the card. Still got that Nemesis flag in attack mode. Man, I don't think I've ever seen Nemesis flag survive this long.
Yes, it usually is one of the cards that you banish off for Protos.
Yeah.
So we're going to bring back the Onomat Kage. On summon, it's Zeus time.
Oh, yes. We're going to go ahead and send, it looks like the Lupus and the Riverstormer back to the graveyard and clear the board except for Zeus. Everything gets into the graveyard and the Onomat Kage gets...
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a different Onomat Kage. I know lizards look similar.
Now, that was material, or was that one just destroyed?
That one was summoned back, and
Okay,
because it
that's
wasn't
right.
able to become a material due to the Zeus, it does get banished instead.
Finally.
Finally, that card gets banished by its own effect. And we're going to go ahead and try to pass here, but we do have the Izuna here because we did activate a card from the hand. Going to go ahead and also use Lupus here to summon it.
That's
And
the
there it is!
handshake.
Kamal
I tossed that
Crooks
so bad.
is going to the
What?
finals
I
and
tossed that
facing off
so
against Cam